Legend Trackers here, and we're here in the beautiful Fairyland, my favorite spots, for another
Mm-hmm.
episode of Just Beyond. And what we decided to talk about was we decided to talk about out-of-body experiences. Now, myself, I have a lot of experience in this area. I was very successful with it, and it was about, I believe, 1984. I started experimenting. I picked up a book by a company called Llewellyn and called the Llewellyn Guide to Astral Projection, which is another name for out-of-body experiences. I don't particularly like the term astral projection, so I say out-of-body experience. But it taught me the basics. Now, I don't agree with everything that they said in that book. I found a lot of things to not be true. That's what got me started and got me having conscious experiences. Now, what exactly is an out-of-body experience? First of all, I can say that everyone leaves their body in their sleep to some degree. Anytime you feel movement in your sleep or like the sensation of flying or anything, like I say, you're leaving your body. And the key is to learn to do that consciously. It can be done where you can go and lay down try to relax yourself and go into a meditative state and leave your body, then having that experience after just laying down deliberately trying. That takes practice. And to be honest with you, I didn't have a lot of success doing that. I only remember actually laying down and doing that, and it happened one time. The other thing I used to do too is I used to keep a log, a diary of my out-of-body experiences. Now, anyone interested in this, I would say there's a very good book out there by a man who was one of my mentors named Dr. Robert Monroe. He ran what's called the Monroe Institute of Applied Science in Faber, Virginia. It still exists today. Now, he's passed on, but he started having these experiences in 1958. Now, if you want to see some things on YouTube, go to it. He has some conversations with people and talks about having the experience and how it started. He was a very interesting man. Unfortunately, never got a chance to meet him, but like I said, I read a lot of his stuff. That book is a great book, and he had a lot of just amazing things happen in that book. He describes it in various degrees. The best thing about out-of-body experiences is when you do this, you're going to be opening up a door of just wonderful, amazing experiences, amazing things that happen. There's any number of things that can happen, but also I've got to put out this warning, and that is that when you're in this state, many things can happen that are not going to be fun, not going to be pleasant. I have ran into many negative entities, negative beings, and things, and a lot of experiences were rather disturbing, and it just goes with the territory. He even talks about that in his book, running into some bad things. It's probably different for everyone, but things you can do, you can go see people who have passed on from this life. I've done that. Go visit dead relatives and dead friends and things. You can time travel. I have done that. One of the things that he recommends, and I highly recommend also, if you're going to try that, is do the short trips first before you try the long ones. Okay. Now, one of the things that people have is they have a fear they might not be able to get back to their body. I have had episodes where I've been kind of stuck, where I'm not getting back to my body. The thing to do there is to just program yourself so you will move a finger or move a toe or something, you activate your body to bring yourself back. There's, in fact, one that he talks about, one of the experiences in that where he couldn't get back to his body. It was quite rather frightening. But I'll let you read that in the book. The other thing is that, well, there's many aspects of this. When you leave your body, you're not limited to time and space, and you can certainly travel in this realm, but there's many realms to go at. The best way that I can describe this is when you're out of body. Let's say this is the line you're traveling on. You're going from here to here, wherever here is. Anytime along this line you stop, you're going to be somewhere. You everywhere you stop, you will be in some world, some land, something there. And I was watching a thing with a great medium. I love her very much, Amy Allen. If you watch this, Amy, hi, we love you. And anyway, she talked about She was at a prison, a haunted prison, talking, getting question and answers from the audience, and she even described this as being that people who are deceased um, travel from realm to realm all the time, go from these places, like I say, they're all there. And she described all these dimensions as being right by us, which totally goes in line with what I just said. In other words, that they're not way out there. Everything here, there are these dimensions around us when we go. The other thing is, you may or may not have heard that you have a silver cord, which attaches from your physical body to your non-physical body. And supposedly when you pass, that cord breaks. I have seen the cord. If you go out there and look, there is actually a physical cord which runs from your solar plexus to your physical body, and I have seen it. Anyway, if you want to get started in this, let me give you some pointers on this. The thing that was a big deal for me, for some reason when I first did this, I was afraid to look. Now, when we look, we think of opening our eyes. Okay, when you're a non-physical body, you don't have physical eyes or eyelids or anything, but you still think in those terms of, but what it is that you make the choice to look, not that you open your eyes. But I was having one experience where my first 4 or 5 experiences, I was keeping my eyes closed, basically, not afraid to look. And finally I was doing this floating thing, and I heard a woman's voice say, "Open your eyes." And I opened my eyes, and I was in the sky, clouds, and went gently back to my body. It was no big deal. I mean, it was very, very anticlimactic. There's no reason not to look. But I was afraid to look, and because I didn't know what I was going to see. But that took care of that aspect of it. The other thing is, and this is a very interesting thing, when you leave your body, when you're doing these meditations and things, the desire to leave your body will keep you in your body. That's hard to understand, but the way he describes it in his book is, when you lay back, you just basically are relaxing and thinking it would be nice to just float away. How nice it would be just to float away. You can't force it, in other words. It's just a relaxed separation of your body in there. I've even done things, this is kind of funny, but I had a couple experiences where I was laying in my physical body trying to go out because I knew I could, and I started hearing the Superman theme from the Superman the movie, and I would use that as this thing where I'm taking off that dum ba 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 da da, and that is the body. And it was something to make me. It was fun. It was something to make me leave my body. But you're gonna have many, many experiences. Like I say, the best way I can tell you want to start doing this. First of all, just be satisfied taking the short trips first. Leaving your body, standing in your room and looking around, everything there, and just being in there and looking back at your body. Don't take the ones outside just yet. Do that the first few times anyway, so you're used to the experience. The best way I can tell you that you can do this is you've got to program your mind before you sleep. This is the easiest way to know when you've left your body. If you're having dreams and things there, and suddenly you're moving, that's what I used to do. Is I would be having dreams. So, wait a minute, you're doing it. Wake up, and I would become conscious, and I'd be out of my body. That's how you leave your body easily. But like I said, that trigger, it's almost like lucid dreaming, where you lucid dreaming, you prepare yourself before you sleep, how you want a dream to happen, and that's how you lucid dream. It's the same thing with out-of-body experiences. Like I say, take the short trips, do some study. I highly recommend that you read Dr. Robert Monroe's books, particularly his first one, Journeys Out of the Body. He wrote 2 others, Far Journeys and Ultimate Journey. I didn't like the second one as much. The third one was very good. But the first book, I say, is the one you want to read. I say you can do all kinds of things. You're opening a wonderful, wonderful world. And again, I warn you, like I say, not everything you're going to see is going to be pleasant. Okay? Because I've seen some very frightening things happen. And it just goes with the territory. So the best way you deal with those bad things is go back to your body. When those things happen, is go back to your body. But it takes practice. It's good, and you're opening up a wonderful, wonderful world. Keep a diary, and take it slow. But I say, just some amazing things. I have to say, I don't go out of body very much anymore because, first of all, my mind isn't really there. Stress is another factor, and I'm very out of practice with doing that. Every now and then I can do a conscious out-of-body experience, but that's just not where my mind is now. Back then I was living to do that. I can tell you also, there are certain questions and things that you'll ask Like, I've done a lot of studying on true crime and stuff, and one of the things I was I was out of body, it was all black, and I said, who was Jack the Ripper? Show me who Jack the Ripper was. And suddenly a man's face was shown to me. I saw the face of the man who was actually Jack the Ripper. It was shown to me. It might be kind of strange how it's shown. I did the same thing with the Zodiac, and it was showing these people. So those are the kind of things that you can do. Like I say, you're not really limited to things, but that will you can see all these things. Like I say, you can probably answer all your questions. It's just a wonderful experience, and I can say also that basically when we die, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to experience things though. So you really have no way of fearing death because your physical body dies. You still go on. Your consciousness still goes on. Anyway, Andrew, do you have anything to say on the subject? Or?
No, not really. I think you touched up on the majority of things we need to know. Just kind of reiterate on what you said about taking care of where you end up at, because not only will you see things that aren't pleasant, you definitely don't want to take for granted, if you do successfully astral project or go have an out-of-body experience, you definitely want to also take care of where you're at in that point in time, because who knows what you could encounter, what you could experience, what you could see, hear, feel, even whatever it could be. Because I'm not saying this is indefinite, but who knows? There could be some possible way it could have a chance of actually physically altering you in the physical sense.
Well, on that, and how's our time, by the way?
11:35.
Okay, we got to end this quickly because we only get 15 on this.
Yep.
So I may wrap it really quickly. It is said too that if you get out of your body and you work on a problem, you can actually change the physical. It can actually have an effect on the physical and everything there. That's been said. I didn't practice that very much, but it's something to bear in mind too. That said you can successfully do that. But anyway, like I said, read those books, Journeys Out of the Body by Dr. Robert Monroe. Read the Llewellyn Guide to Astral Projection. Like I say, it wasn't 100% accurate as far as I'm concerned, but it helped me get started and get these conscious experiences. It'll teach you about the chakras and the meditations and stuff. And I can say when you do this, just go forth with my blessings. And there's a wonderful, wonderful world out there. It's an incredible experience. I wish you the best on it.
Right.
So that's all I have to say. And if interested, nothing else to say, I think we'll wrap this.
Okay.
But that's another one. We'll be seeing you again with another Just Beyond. And in the meantime, everyone,
Blessed be, guys.